Here comes the money. Money talks. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Ching, ching, bling, bling, dollar, dollar. All right, enough of that. Shane McMahon to AEW confirmed. Right, Ollie? Not quite yet. However, according to super sleuth journalists over at WrestleTalk, who take credit for the official scoop, the exclusive scoop here, someone snuck into a meeting with Tony Khan and Shane McMahon and took this picture right here that I'm showing you on your screen. And whoever the fuck that is was promptly fired, no doubt, or taken out back, beaten, shaken down, but not before he could email off the picture to WrestleTalk, of all people. I saw Fightful, people also giving Fightful the credit. They probably confirmed it. But as you will see in this video clip here, it is actually WrestleTalk claiming the exclusive on this. For more details on this picture, we will check out this clip here from Ollie over at WrestleTalk. Then on the back end, I'm going to break down what this could mean and if we really need a Shane McMahon in AEW.
We here at WrestleTalk have been sent photos of a secret meeting between AEW President Tony Khan and former WWE star Shane McMahon. Through working with Fightful Select, we've been able to verify these images and confirm that Tony and Shane did indeed have a private meeting on the afternoon of Monday the 29th of July in a Texas airport office, where they discussed the potential of working together in AEW.
First off, I think it needs to be said that Shane McMahon is not going to move the needle for AEW. Literally nobody. I don't care if they bring in John Cena, maybe Roman Reigns, maybe The Rock, maybe CM Punk. Beyond that, literally no one is going to move the needle beyond the first official debut episode. Certainly when Shane McMahon's music hits and he comes dancing down that aisle, people will tune in to watch. But the next week, the week after, it's going to trickle away. Why? Because Tony Khan doesn't know how to book. He's not using his talent properly. He has all of the greatest talent that WWE doesn't have. He has spent millions and millions of dollars, stupid millions of dollars, chasing talent to secure talent on his roster, but yet the ratings have not really changed. They're staying in that 700,000 range. So I don't believe that there is a person alive that Tony Khan can book, hire, bring in and say, hey, they're going to come be a part of All Elite Wrestling that's going to move the needle past the initial debut episode. Maybe the initial pay-per-view gets a good buy. That's going to be it. Because the hype's going to die down week after week. Sasha Banks was one of the biggest free agents in the entire wrestling business. She was scooped up, and within a matter of a week or two, she was significantly misused, and her star power significantly declined. Will Ospreay has gotten himself over despite the booking. Swerve Strickland, huge star, hasn't really moved the needle. Shitty booking. Edge, remember when Edge came in? Remember, oh my God, Adam Copeland is here. You think you know me? Whatever the music is, it's the same shit. On this day, right? He came out and people were like, holy shit. What happened the next week? Who cares? You know, he didn't last very long. MJF has re-signed. None of these people are really moving the needle for AEW, at least currently. Though they have all these tools in their toolbox, if they get themselves a confident booker that can actually do something with them besides book them in really cool dream matches, because that seems to be the entire thing. Let's put on really awesome banger matches. Let's put on dream matches that marks on the internet have been jerking off about. And look, we're all marks. I don't like to use that term really to define wrestling fans in general. I'm talking about the sweaties and like the Reddit deep fucking cockles of Reddit, you know, down in the archives, just fucking sweating away on the keyboard about it doesn't matter. Tony Khan has a booking problem. He doesn't know how to use the talent. Really cool matches, yes. Good for the sweaty nerds, great. Does it bring in a greater audience? No, it does not. So will Shane O'Mac move that needle? No. If he's announced to show up on Dynamite or whatever, then fuck yeah, he's going to pop a little bit of a rating just for the novelty of seeing Shane McMahon. Will his first match pop a buy? Possibly, but I mean, Shane was never all that great of a wrestler in his prime. He was famous for throwing potatoes and stealing other people's moves, but he could hang. He could do that really well. He took some sick bumps, but he was not the finest worker. Now in his old age, we saw what Snoop Dogg had to come in and fill in for him at WrestleMania when he blew out, what did he blow out, his quad, like his dad, his quads, both of them? I don't fucking know, but I don't expect much from Shane in the ring either. So what else could Shane contribute? Well, as a backstage advisor, I mean, certainly the dude has grown up not only around the WWE, but around Vince. I think he could be a, worthy advisor for Tony Khan, worth keeping on the payroll for that. But honestly, I would just, if you're going to do anything with him, bring him in as a special attraction for the All In pay-per-view. And that's probably what they're doing, to be honest with you. Something to pop up that pay-per-view, something to make that a little bit more special, because that's going to be their WrestleMania after all. So if they can add a little bit of star power and spectacle to that event, bring in Shane a month or two, or already 2 months out, less than 2 months, bring him in ASAP, which is why I assume they're meeting right now. Bring him in to do an appearance on TV, to get himself in a confrontation with somebody, and then have that lead to a match at All In. And then he can see himself out, or he can pop in for special appearances, or he can remain on as an advisor to Tony Khan. You know, he doesn't even have to be at the building. He can just kind of be there for consultation. It sounds desperate. I know. I get that. Shane McMahon wouldn't be the first person I'd go to, but he's been around the business and around Vince long enough to the point where I think he could help. No, he wasn't the prodigy that Stephanie McMahon was, per se, where, you know, he was not set to take over the company, so maybe Vince didn't see it in him like he saw it in Stephanie. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a lot of knowledge over the years accumulated that he can contribute to helping AEW. Do I think it's a scam? Do I think it's like an inside job, a coup, a spy, if you will? No, I don't think that. I think Shane McMahon loves the wrestling business. I think he left on bad terms with WWE for the most part. And I'm not sure how much he gets along with Triple H, to be honest. We've heard things there from time to time. So it could be a fun, unique experience that Shane just wants to check off to maybe go work for some other wrestling company besides his dad's. Technically, he showed up on WCW Nitro once, but it was already owned by his dad. But technically, you could say he has appeared in other wrestling companies. I mean, the ink wasn't even dry on the contract yet, but it still counts. It still counts. So, no, I don't think there's any shady motives here. I think this might just be something fun. Shane's got the bug, man. He grew up around it. He's always, I mean, that's why he wanted to be a wrestler. You don't just grow out of that. Nobody just stops liking wrestling and stop wanting to perform, stop being out there, especially people that have literally grown up in the business. Shane was a fucking referee up to, everything. He's on-screen character, a wrestler, an authority figure at some point. I don't know. He's literally done it all in the business. Plus, he's went out and started his own companies. So he does have a business sense. He was the guy that was trying to sell Vince on buying UFC before Dana White and the Fertitta brothers got in on it. He's got a good sense of business. It's just something, I don't know. Vince favored Stephanie, I guess. What can I tell you? But, he's not going to pop a rating. He's not going to change the business. He would be a fun character to bring in. Now, do we want to see Shane McMahon in AEW? I don't care. This shit doesn't give me a fucking hard on like it does some of you people. I don't get all tweaked out about, another ex-WWE guy. He's only bringing him in because he's a WWE. Who cares? Fuck off. I have never bought into this notion, because if you don't work for WWE, what are you going to do? Go home and sit on the couch so a couple sweaties on the internet don't go, oh, well, you're going to AEW, you're just bringing in ex-WWE. That's what you guys sound like. What else are they supposed to do? Retire? Go find something else to do? Be a school teacher? Is AEW only supposed to sign unknown indie guys that they can brand as their own? You just stay away from all of the other available top tier household name talent, TV ready, just because some fucking nerds on the internet might tease you about it? Fuck off. No, so that doesn't bother me either. I'd want to see it just for the spectacle of it. And if I was booking AEW, I would not entertain it as a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year contract. I would not entertain it anything longer than, let's bring you in for a program to work through All In. We can reevaluate at that time. Maybe you're somebody that we just bring in every once in a while. Maybe you got it out of your system if you're Shane and you don't need to come back or don't want to come back. But you know what? If it puts a couple extra butts and seats at All In, and it brings in a little extra added eyeballs to the TV while they're building up hype to All In, it could be worth it. Now, what's the price tag? Who knows? Money talks, right? As Shane would say, dollar, 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 ching, ching, bling, bling. All right, I'll stop. I promise. But, he's not going to be cheap. He's not going to be cheap. So is it worth it for Tony? I don't know. He's meeting with the guy, so clearly there's something there. Clearly Tony is interested in working with Shane in some capacity. Clearly Shane is interested in working with AEW in some capacity. Otherwise, Shane would have never sent out the feeler, hey, wouldn't it be fun if? This is the kind of stuff that he thinks through. He's just driving down the road one day and he's listening to the AEW podcast, and he goes, it'd be pretty sweet if I showed up in AEW. Wouldn't that just rock the internet world? That'd be some crazy shit, huh? And then he starts thinking about it more, I would, I didn't really get to have a good last match. I tore my quad, so maybe, another crack at it. I don't really want to go back to WWE and have to beg Hunter for a job or negotiate with Hunter in my dad's own company. They're kind of sour on McMahon's over there anyway right now. So why not? I just ran into Mercedes Moné at the airport. So I can see clearly there's some interest on Shane McMahon's part, or he would have never took the meeting that we have picture, photo, evidence, proof of. And again, that guy was probably executed out back, certainly fired, beaten, tarred, feathered. They're both looking at the guy like, what the fuck are you doing in here taking a picture? But they got it, and they leaked it to the internet. I'm sure they were okay with it, right? It's good to build that buzz because we're talking about it now. So they get to see that, the hype or the not so hype. I'm hyped for it. Bring him in for All In. After that, I could care less. Don't expect him to move the needle. Expect a lot of people to cringe and hate and whine and whinge on the internet about it. But overall, look, man, it's wrestling. Fun shit gets to happen at wrestling. Bring him in. Feud him with anybody. Not a top star. an upper mid-card star, somebody that can do a lot of promo work to carry it, and then have a match at All In Wembley Stadium, and then take it from there. But that's just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in those comments below. Do you want to see Shane in AEW? Do you not want to see Shane in AEW? Would you hate that? Would that make you mad? If he does show up, what do you expect? Do you expect him to move the needle? Do you think it's just an all-in thing? Or do you think they're going to look for the big 2, 3, 5-year contract? All of it in the comments below. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy, Seth Grimes. And we'll catch you in the next video. That video there was a real slobber knocker. Head on down to the comments, put a little barbecue sauce on the like button. And while you're there, I would subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. And leave a comment. Everybody's got a fucking comment.